I'm truly so lucky. I'm gonna miss you, Dad. Thank you for everything you did for me. Thank you for all the wonderful memories I can carry with me until my own passing. I love you, Dad. I love you so much. Thank you for coming, everyone. I love you all.
Nothing is organized as Tina. First, I'm a musician and an artist, as I'm sure everyone here knows. Oh, Matt. I'm sure everyone knows I'm a musician and an artist also, but so is Marla. You can't really say what art is perfect, but that was perfect. Thank you. That's all.
Perfect. Perfect.
It was more befitting than I can surmise coming into this because my dad used to play that. He introduced us to records and music, and that was one of the sentimental ones that was deep in our soul. Not to mention, spot on perfect about him. Never dawned on me until I heard it today that he really did lay himself down. He would never preach or proclaim himself in his good works and so on. That's not what he was made of. But he certainly demonstrated his sacrifice. I recently saw a movie that includes a scene where a child is almost violently plucked from a track before a train runs over him. And that's what he did for us as children. Tina and I both were in abusive and pretty diabolical situations that I don't even remember when I was an infant, but when my parents adopted her, took her as a foster child, and had adopted another child, and had another foster child as well. One thing led to another, and I was brought in as well, and I had an extremely traumatic infancy, and I was explaining yesterday as I met people through adulthood that were foster children or had foster children, they tend to cycle through the homes. I was a foster child from the time that I can remember as an infant up till adoption at age 8 or 9. Never even knew I was from a different family. It's like I was engrafted in this family. Dad would take us on vacations, the usual things, and pour his heart into us, buy us the silly gifts, and everything was like as if we were his own children. We never thought otherwise. And I think that's kind of a miracle that someone can be that way. Goes with mom as well. But it's like a special ingredient that he's made of that you don't see everywhere. I think it's partly the way he was raised and partly just instinct. A special thing about him. When we were little kids, we had no idea that he was working 3 jobs and driving, all around the Bay Area to his different works, scrambling to make ends meet. But without mentioning anything about it, and just as connected to us as you can imagine. It occurred to me just this morning, actually, after our discussions yesterday. We were looking at some of the old things he collected, and he shared and archived some things, and found some 1950s magazines about the person I was named for, and who's his uncle, and his father, and they were both these sales executives for a national company, and were nationally recognized, and he had some sales involved in his career as when we were young, but it never dawned on me until just really this morning that when he went to the Postal Service, well, why didn't he continue in the great tradition of sales? Well, obviously, I think because he found something that would sustain everyone and protect us and take care of us. And I just so admire that. He could have looked to make his name, but he rather chose to live in relative anonymity and cover us with protection and take good care of us and give us great lives. His wit and humor and great depth of knowledge and wisdom and just intuition was easily lost on someone if they didn't know him. You'd see him at the store and just think of it as another guy. But about a couple of years ago, he joined us for a large game of Cards Against Humanity, and we were embarrassed to have him there because he's too decent for that. He won the whole game. Without saying a word, real nonchalant in the corner, and he took away the prize. He just always thinking. Talked to my Aunt Mary, I had two younger sisters, and Mary, the youngest, talked to her last couple of days, and she said that she almost worshipped him as a child. If brother said the sky was green, she believed it. And that's just the kind of natural character, leadership, and personality he had. Quiet, but fervent in a way. I think it's attests to his good nature that his first adoptee, who'd been my oldest brother, there was some trouble in his life, and it didn't work out so well, but I think it goes to my dad's character that with his great appreciation for his lineage and heritage and the good names in the family, he gave him his actual name as an adoptee. And never really thought much about it, but I think that was noble of him. And he did with a lot of heartache with that relationship, and I had rebellious, I went to live with an aunt in my teen years, and in another state. He and my brother took me there, and I thought he was a stern bully. Well, I found out later that he cried all the way home to Texas about that, and because he was so broken that he might have failed me, but not failed on me. Actually,